Most men live blindly. They seek love, validation, happiness, and they harvest exploitation, contempt, and prison. Schopenhauer saw it before anyone else. He tore the veil. He exposed female nature with surgical precision. Love is not destiny. It's a biological ruse, an illusion crafted for reproduction. The obsession consuming you is not an aura, it's a calculation. Fertility, genetics, survival. In women, the impulse is the same but filtered differently. Love is the ultimate goal of almost all human efforts, but not as romance, as a trap, a chemical delusion. It disappears as soon as it has fulfilled its purpose. Do you still believe that loving is enough to be loved? Do you still think that being kind, present, sincere is enough? Then why did she leave? Why do they always choose the same ones? Schopenhauer did not hesitate. He saw what you feel but cannot name, the dark truth about women. It's not what you've been told. It's not about romance. It's a biological survival strategy disguised as love. Now imagine this. A hotel built by a lone man, flowers, promises, hope, all offered to a woman who has already left. That hotel is your emotional life, and you're still praying for someone who will never return. Schopenhauer tore the veil. He showed why most men love and lose. He revealed the game you keep playing blindly. Today, you'll see through his eyes, and you'll never love the same way again. If something has already begun to tear inside you, like, subscribe, and activate the bell, because what comes next is not a theory. It's an emotional blade. How many men have destroyed themselves for women who left without ever looking back? How many marriages rot in silence after passion fades? It's not bad luck, it's by design. Women choose by instinct, by status, by security. Devotion, even sincere, is not enough. They offer their hearts. They receive silence. Look at the apps. 80% of women desire 20% of the men, and they still believe being loved is enough. They keep playing without knowing the rules. Schopenhauer saw it. They still refuse to look. Look at the courts. Commitment paid at the price of ruin. Look at history. Kings destroyed by their lovers. The pattern never changes. Nor does biology. They believe in mutual love. They believe that by proving their worth, they will be loved. Schopenhauer was clear. To be loved, one must not be just, but smart. Women do not fall in love with kindness, but with social, financial, and psychological strength. The nice guy always finishes last, not because he is unworthy, but because he doesn't understand the game. He serves, and the one who serves loses. Observe how they disappear after the conquest, how the hunt reverses. Schopenhauer called it the tragedy of possession. The emotion lies in the pursuit, never in the possession. When the conquest ends, biology leaves. Men who place women at the center watch them walk away. It's not a fault, it's nature. The man who understands doesn't blame, he adapts. Love is not an account, it's a negotiation. And he who negotiates with weakness loses. This is just the beginning. The next truth is even darker. It shows why the modern man is overwhelmed and how to reverse the situation. It unveils the illusion of an entire life. Schopenhauer saw what few see. The rules of attraction are neither fair nor logical, and they do not work in your favor. Society preaches equality, but biology follows another law, and the man who ignores it is already lost. Women hold the advantage in relationships, not out of malice, but by design. They were shaped to choose. At puberty, their value skyrockets. A man's value must be built through struggle, status, survival. Schopenhauer was sharp. They are adapted to care for children because they are infantile, frivolous, short-sighted. He wasn't insulting them. He was describing them. Youth and beauty are their currency, and they know how to spend it. The average man drowns in the paradox. He is taught to be vulnerable while she still seeks domination. He is made to feel guilty for desiring the masculinity that upholds the world. Alphas dominate the apps. He works himself to the bone to feed a system that rewards him with divorce and paternity doubts. Schopenhauer saw this centuries ago. Women remain emotionally big children all their lives. But instinct has become a weapon. What was once biology has become strategy. Social media turned attention into currency, and the average man became an unpaid laborer. He settles for little. He orbits. He fights for scraps of validation from women who will never choose him. He was lied to. He was told that devotion was enough. Schopenhauer already knew the trap long before the digital age. He stated, "Women are taught never to truly love. Female love is conditional, based on usefulness. If he stops providing, she stops loving. She seeks the best possible partner. If he fails, she replaces him." Schopenhauer divided men into two groups, those who serve and those who are served. The beta begs, the alpha triggers obsession. It's everywhere. The employee who falls sick trying to earn his wife's respect. The bodybuilder who attracts only lust. The fool who pays for dinner only to be ghosted the next day. They are not victims, they are volunteers. Schopenhauer didn't stop at criticism. He proposed an exit. First rule, see the world as it is. The blind romantic dies. The strategist survives. The game is rigged, but only for those who play by the wrong rules. And this is where most give up, because from now on, it's no longer about women. It's about you. The moment you face the truth, everything changes. Women do not compete like men. They do not challenge directly. They do not display strength. They use another weapon, an invisible, instinctive, devastating one, emotional influence. While the man struggles with logic or strength, the woman shapes. She does not conquer, she leads. When a man wants something, he demands it. When a woman wants something, she makes you believe you wanted it. Schopenhauer saw it clearly. Women live anchored in the present, but that focus gives them an advantage. They read micro-expressions, intonations, the tension in the air with supernatural precision. The man thinks he is having a discussion. She is interrogating. The man thinks he is in control. She is already guiding him. From the first date to the divorce, everything is led by invisible tests. Compliance tests. How much do you change for her? Structure tests. Do you give in or stand firm? Investment tests. Do you run more than she does? Cunning is not a deviation. It is an instinct. To deceive is to survive in a world where strength failed and emotional intelligence triumphed. The woman who didn't manipulate did not reproduce. And this is where men fall. They confuse attention with interest, but the truth is cruel. Women are attracted to those who don't need them. The moment you make her your goal, she loses all respect. That's why nice guys end up alone. That's why marriages decompose. That's why they chase cold, busy, distant men. They are programmed to aim for the top. And nothing kills value faster than neediness. Every interaction carries an invisible battlefield. Most men lose without even realizing it. She cries to avoid guilt. She withholds affection to shape your submission. She flirts with others to test your value. Schopenhauer called it the tyranny of the weak. Vulnerability as a weapon. The tear as domination. The man who yields becomes a servant. The one who sees clearly becomes unstoppable. The first step toward freedom is seeing your chains. Female nature is not personal. It is biological. When you understand that, you stop begging for loyalty and start inspiring it. The most dangerous lies aren't the ones she tells. They're the ones you keep telling yourself. Schopenhauer's most devastating revelation was not about her. It was about you, about the cold nature of the human condition. After exposing the truths about attraction and power, he offered no comfort. He offered liberation. It's not about defeating them. It's about leaving the game. The modern man's fatal mistake is seeking happiness in the feminine gaze. Schopenhauer already knew it. Self-generated happiness is worth more than all the applause. The men who thrive don't conquer women. They conquer themselves. These men cultivate a purpose so deep that female attention becomes a mere bonus. They don't need approval. They are busy building empires. The 3 pillars of unshakable masculinity. 1. Economic sovereignty. Money doesn't bring happiness, it brings freedom. He who masters money masters his destiny. 2. Philosophical depth. The ordinary man numbs himself. The exceptional man questions, reads, confronts. 3. Physical mastery. The body is not an ornament. It is willpower incarnate. Weakness spreads. Strength imposes itself. Schopenhauer was surgical. The surest way to avoid being too unhappy is to stop expecting to be too happy. It's not pessimism, it's armor. The man who stops begging receives, because he has distanced himself from the masses, because he has become the reward. The war between the sexes is not personal, it is biological. It's an old theater. The awakened man does not blame. He evolves. He does not hate female nature. He masters it by mastering himself. He builds a reality so strong that only two options remain: serve him or remain a spectator. Schopenhauer warned, "We give up 3/4 of ourselves to be like other people. The choice is in front of you. Keep chasing shadows or rebuild on the rock." The red pill is not hatred, it is love for truth. Enough love to be reborn in it. This is where your real life begins. There was a man. He loved. He gave. He hoped. On his knees before promises that never came. They called it weakness. They called it romance. But it was only an end, the end of being seen. One day, he read something like this, and he didn't sleep well that night, because a part of him died in that moment. But another was born. If you've stayed until now, that part of you is already awake. No matter where you are on the path, and that's all that matters. Truly thank you for walking to the end of a video that you didn't like. It pierced you. It was written in pain for those who feel too much, and you stayed. That makes you part of it. Intimate. Unshakable. Command. I command in silence.